Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of ensemble playing and introducing it within the private studio. My studio has just finished last weekend with an ensemble festival, and it's an event that I look forward to every year, and honestly at this point I think my students look forward to it as well, because it is a highly anticipated event that we do annually within my studio in connection with the music organization that I belong to, Encore. Now, my love of ensemble playing goes way back, and I'm talking the very beginning of my piano studies. So 4.5 years old, my first piano book was called Teaching Little Fingers to Play, and it was by John Thompson. Some of you might remember that book. And I remember about 3/4 of the way through, the song Coming Around the Mountain was introduced, and I remember I learned it, and then I will never forget playing it with my teacher for the first time. And the sound was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. It was big and we could go fast, and I felt like our energy together just multiplied so much more than me playing by myself. And I think that's where my love of ensemble playing originated, was that very first beginner book. But like I said, I introduce it within my studio every year as we get ready for the festival that's always held in October. And there are many, many benefits to letting your private students participate in ensemble work. And I don't care if the student is a young beginner or if they are an advanced student, they still can participate and develop and gain great benefits. For example, I have a little tiny student that I've taught for maybe 2 or 3 months, and I was able to pair her up with another student within my studio, and they were able to participate. And granted, their music was very basic and simple, but the students were able to add a lot of risks and dynamics and phrasing and shaping, and they ended up playing so beautifully together. I just could not have been more pleased. And then you contrast that with some of my advanced students. I had a quartet, a group of 4 teenagers, 2 at each piano, and they were playing a great big Scott Joplin fantasy rag that was quite advanced, and they had a great time. So don't think the age should limit your opportunities for students to participate with ensemble, because there is repertoire of all kinds out there, of all levels and abilities. Now, what are the benefits? What are the specific benefits of introducing ensemble within the studio? They really are endless, but to list the ones that I think are of particular importance, number 1, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. As a pianist, you spend countless hours at a piano all by yourself. It can be very lonely and monotonous. And when you get to work with another musician, you can laugh and you can socialize, you can joke, just have a good time. And I've seen some of the best friendships come about originating from ensemble partnerships. It really is awesome. Besides that, the ability to learn how to really listen is developed way more than if you just play as a solo pianist independently. For example, if you are counting on your partner to begin a ritardando and then you have to finish it out, this gradual slowing down, you have to learn how to really listen and to anticipate and to be aware of pulse. There is no rushing or keeping an unsteady pulse. You can't have that in an ensemble relationship, because it won't be successful. Things won't come together and it just won't fit in a way. It will sound terrible. And so students learn that rhythmic pulse that has to become so ingrained and consistent. And sometimes the only way that they really get that is through playing ensemble and learning that, oh, if I am not right on time, then I'm going to be off with my partner. It also teaches a balance in sound. So very oftentimes the primo or secondo in a duet, one will have the melody while the other has an accompaniment. And it really teaches them how to listen to that balance of sound in a way that sometimes might be harder if you're teaching just a student in a private lesson how to do that between their two hands. If they're learning that, oh, my partner has the melody right now, so I'm going to soften, and then vice versa, they really can learn how to listen and to become much more skilled at balance. It's fun to be able to experiment with all kinds of different ensembles, whether that's duets, two pianists at one piano, or duos where there's two but at two different pianos. You can do trios, 3 pianists at one instrument, or even quartets, as I mentioned. I'm going to have this video go immediately into one of my partnerships this year, one of my trios that just finished performing this last weekend and did really well. They were already friends, but this was their first time actually participating in ensemble together, and they just took off running. I haven't taught 2 of them for very long, but they just all worked together and they came up with fun ideas, and they listened to everything that I said, and it was just really fun to see their progression over the last couple months in preparing these pieces. So I hope you've learned a little bit more about ensemble. Introduce it within the studio. It doesn't have to be part of an organization if you aren't. Just do it independently. Prepare for an upcoming recital. Maybe do an ensemble recital within your studio. That could be a really fun idea, and I know that's been popular with teachers before. If you've liked what I've talked about, the content that I'm providing, then please consider liking and subscribing, and I will be putting together more videos like this to come.